I grew up in Romulus, so let's talk a little bit about my hometown. Now, some people will argue that it's not a part of Downriver, and while it is really far from the river, both Romulus and Huron Township are the western border of the region. So today, we will discuss the people, housing market, food, and more. Now, Romulus, just like Wyandotte and Southgate, is a medium-sized city, but it has that small city feel. The airport takes up about half of Romulus, and the downtown area is only about 4,000 feet. And the south and west side of the city has a much more country feel with slightly bigger yards and very little conveniences. I mean, seriously, growing up in Romulus had a big disadvantage. You had to drive 15 to 20 minutes to pretty much anything. Romulus is mostly a blue-collar town with a population of about 25,000 residents. And it does have its own school district with over 4,500 students throughout 10 schools. Now, I got these numbers and most of my neighborhood statistics, including crime rates, from neighborhoodscout.com, but legally I am not allowed to share crime statistics with you, but I can share where I got the information so you can go view it yourself. Now, Romulus is known for its landing strips, and I'm not just talking about the airport. It is also known for the infamous strip club right downtown called the Landing Strip. Now, Blocks is another well-known business, but this is for your spring flowers and your summer produce. A ton of really good items and for really cheap and with fantastic customer service. It is family owned, and you will never see a Saturday where that place isn't completely packed. Now, the city has grown a little bit over the past few years. There are a few more fast food and dollar stores, but when it comes to conveniences, it is seriously lacking. Now, when I say conveniences, I mean businesses like restaurants and stores, because when it comes to location, Romulus is actually pretty great. It is right in the middle of Ann Arbor and Detroit. It's only about a 20-minute drive up I-94 to either one. But it also sits right on the east side of I-275, which can take you to I-75 that we talked about in Southgate. So whether you are heading down south or up north, you can take this to Novi, it kind of disappears in that area, or you can take that to I-96, which takes you to Brighton or Lansing, or even all the way up to the beautiful west side of the state, like Grand Rapids or Grand Haven. Now, the average price of homes in Romulus is $191,000. I was a little bit surprised to see this number higher than Southgate and Wyandotte and Allen Park, but just like these cities, the homes in Romulus are mostly single-family homes built between 1940 and 1970, but there were some built between 1970 and 2000, which could account for some of the higher average priced homes, because people will typically pay more for newer homes. Just like most of Downriver, a third of the homes are rented, but in Romulus, the average rate is $1,500 a month. This is also higher than those in the other cities, and not just because of the higher prices, but probably because of the taxes. They are notoriously higher in Romulus. It is rumored that the airport negotiated no taxes for 100 years, leaving only half the city to residents, and somebody has to make up that difference. Now, if this is true, the tax break should end by 2030. Can you believe that it's only 8 years from now? The airport's been here for almost 100 years. It opened in 1930, so if this deal is true, it should be ending soon. However, municipalities are greedy, so I highly doubt they will reduce property taxes for its residents, even if the airport did start paying its taxes. So if you want a country-style living, but that's affordable and in a convenient location, then Romulus may be the place for you. Now, if you have any specific questions, you can feel free to message me. We have already discussed Southgate and Wyandotte, which you can watch those here, and I will include the link down in the description below. We will be talking about the other cities in this region in future videos, so if you liked this, feel free to give it a thumbs up, like it, subscribe, and share it with someone you know that could use the information. And until next time, stay happy, stay healthy, and trust your realtor.